From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning here on Mornings LALATE with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In today's recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the biggest recon we've ever seen on this channel. Of all the incredible details in the second half of this video. Then we'll be cutting to the big money across the board that viewers continue to give. Not a few $1,000s, a lot of money. I'll have all the incredible details about what that money is. And then we'll be cutting to the deliciousness of forced stimulus, which has thousands and thousands of application-based checks in there. I'll explain what that means for you. We'll be going over the world exclusive, which you're only hearing on this channel, as the #1 guy in DC wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. I'll explain you what he wants to do, and you're going to meet one viewer who went from $80,000 in 1 week from stimulus, and the next week he got his family $150,000. It's all real, it's all right now, and it's all right on Mornings LALATE starting right now. Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day here along the coast in Santa Monica. It's a gorgeous day. The beaches are packed. Miles and miles of people. Hope the weather is good where you are. Jump in the live chat and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. You're going to meet in this video one viewer who got $80,000 of stimulus from this channel 2 weeks ago, and then turned around and it got his family members over $150,000. That could be you. You're going to learn about that in this video. We'll also be going over those monthly stimulus checks and why the #1 guy in DC tells this channel exclusively he wants to give you monthly stimulus checks. It's a world exclusive. You're only hearing on this channel because this is the channel that gets you big sums of monies with the breaking news and the big money across the board from second, third, and fourth stimulus, because this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week channel, live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Mornings Crypto at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on air, and then 11 a.m. is noon time. If you just found this channel and you're wondering, what am I watching? Let me tell you what you found. You found the America's only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Then you found the only channel in America that is delivering you world exclusives. You're only hearing on this channel about these monthly stimulus checks. You're not going to hear the breadth of this reporting anywhere else. Turn off your broadcast channels. Turn off other YouTube channels. Only watch here. These are world exclusives. You're only hearing on this channel. And finally, you're finding the only channel that gets people money, fortunes of money, day in, day out, since the day was started. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers at YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Let's do it. 200 subscribers today. Let's do it right now. Like the video. 3,000 likes. Let's do it. Hit that like button. It really helps in the algorithms ranking. And then consider becoming a member so that you can get these big sums of money across the board. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The links under this video to join right now. And finally, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, please do so. It's the only alert system from a news broadcaster in America that delivers you breaking news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll get an alert about any video that happens. It's in the description of this video. It's at news.la.com, and you can get those alerts while you're on the road. Let's cut to those monthly stimulus checks. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. Everyone is talking about them. Let's go over all the details of them, starting right now with the senators. Warren, Wyden, and Sanders calling for a monthly stimulus check, not saying the amount, and not saying the number of months. We have AOC and Omar calling for $2,000, but not saying the number of months. We have Ways and Means House Committee calling for monthly, but not saying the amount and the number of months. But then the one that's captivating the country, of course, has been that House bill. That is pandemic plus 1 year, $1,000 a month after the first month of $2,000. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate. Jump in the live chat right now and tell me where you're tuning in from this beautiful morning to LA, because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing. You're here. So vote right now. House or Senate, House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Who gets that fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got a third stimulus check, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individual, 75,000 less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, 150,000 less. Democrats want you to have one as well. Double it. Family of four, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check as well. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security relevant benefits, Democrats want you to have one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. It will be the same amount for everyone across the board. Later in this video, you're going to hear the world exclusive only on this channel as the #1 guy that determines whether you have a stimulus check or not has told his staffer, has told this channel, he wants to have you have a monthly stimulus check. Turn off your broadcast channel. Turn off other YouTube channels. Stop looking elsewhere. This is the channel that's delivering you the world exclusives about the monthly stimulus check. This is the only channel you should be looking for the world exclusives about these monthly stimulus checks. It's coming up in the final 15 minutes of this video. I go over all that and the breaking news as Joe Biden's chief of staff speaks out about this subject matter. It's coming up in the final 15 minutes of this video. On mornings. Stay with me. We'll also be cutting to fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up for SSI and SSDI. But first, if you just found this channel, one of the very first things I did on this channel from day one, and I'm still doing to this day, is getting people big sums of money. Let's talk turkey. Let's talk cold turkey right now. There is no fourth stimulus check coming this week. You need money this week. And let's look at the horizon. The eviction moratorium has ended on the federal level, ruled unlawful. Some states and counties have extended it. The unemployment benefits have ended on the federal level, not being extended by the federal government, and no state is extending it either. And we have the jobs number creation from last Friday, the worst we've seen in a long time. So you need money right now, and I got it for you. It's third stimulus. It's a fortune. It's not a few $100s. And I'm going to start with Johnny. Johnny's a viewer of this channel, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. 2 weeks ago, he was one of 3 viewers of this channel who started the week at $0. $0 he had gotten from third stimulus, in addition to the stimulus check. $0. By the middle of the week, Johnny and those 2 other viewers got $40,000 from rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance, and more, all available under third stimulus. But Johnny didn't stop at 3 items. By the weekend, he got 7 items. Johnny got $80,000 from this channel. But in the big update you're hearing for the first time on Mornings LA, Johnny comes back now a week later to reveal to us that in the week since he got $80,000, he's gotten his family members $150,000 in 1 week. Let's go over all the incredible deliciousness starting right now. What did Johnny get for that $80,000 2 weeks ago? He got $12,000 for SNAP. He got $10,000 for EIDL. He got $1,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for rent. Then another $25,000 for rent. He got $9,000 for utilities. Then he got $50 a month for internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $80,000. The next week after he got his $80,000, he was talking to family members, and they said, "What'd you do?" "Oh, well, I've been watching this channel. I got $80,000. They said, "Stimulus check?" He said, "No, there's more than just a third stimulus check. There's other money in the third stimulus package." Sound familiar? Yeah, it's what I had to do when I was covering the subject in January. Third stimulus check, $1,400. You got it. You're ready to move on to fourth stimulus check. Where's that fourth stimulus check? No. Back up. There's money still under third stimulus. A fortune for you to get. So Johnny told his family members, "I can get you other sums of money." Let's see what Johnny says in his update this week. Johnny says, "Just like you've been reporting about, I'm talking about you to my friends and family. As of today, I've helped 5 friends save their home and put food on their table, and 3 family members thought I was full of it." Ironically, this is not unusual because guess what? A lot of people are just sort of acclimated to thinking about that check that comes from IRS. They're not acclimated to thinking they have to pick up the phone and call and get money under third stimulus. So Johnny told those family members, no. You need to pick up the phone. You need to pick up the phone. This money's available right now. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, right now. He convinced them to pick up the phone, and then the rest was history. In less than 5 days, this is what happened. They thought I was full of it until they got the SNAP, because it was a SNAP. And oh my God, 2 separate family members each got $41,500. And the other got $57,600. That's $150,000. Johnny got $80,000 in week one, and the next week he turned to his family members, and they got themselves $150,000 in less than 5 days. He said, "This has been awesome to see people stop stressing about bills. Your channel has been a godsend to so many people. You're such and been tremendously helpful." This should be you starting right now. So get in pen and paper ready. I'm going to get you some money for rent, utilities, food, and internet. We're going to get to that fourth stimulus check in a second. But let's get to this big sum of money right now. The rent, let's look at the money for rent that viewers are getting from this channel. They're getting over $20,000. Viewers are getting on average about $25,000 for rent. Let's look at the graphic. These are the numbers across the board. Wow. Look at this. Lots of people over $20,000 of rent. This could be you. It should be you. Pick up the phone and call. I'm going to show you where to call in just a second. Stay with me. Then we saw Johnny get $9,000 for utilities. So you see the numbers are going bigger. Why are they going bigger? Because the more I do this, the more I cover the subject matter, the more sophisticated, the more skilled you, the viewer, has become. Then we have viewers getting Snap. You're going to meet a person in a second who got $19,000, who brought that number to $25,000. And then we have viewers who got 3 items, like Nancy Nisi got in 3 items, $32,000. There's Mark at 2 items at $32,000. Now, I'm going to deliver Mark's update to you in a few days from now. But let me tell you what Mark's update so far as of that number was. Mark got in 2 items at $32,000, but for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get the other sum of money, which is Snap. It's a Snap to get. Mark has 4 wonderful, incredible updates to that so far, before I give you the big update later this week. Mark had not got to Snap, and in less than 5 days, he got Snap. Just like Johnny's family members, friends, and families. Less than 5 days, he got Snap, number 1. Number 2, Mark now realizes, watching Johnny and other people, I should not stop at 3 items. I should go to 7 items like Johnny got. Number 3, Mark told his friend about this channel, just like Johnny told his friends and family about this channel. And in less than 5 days, they got $150,000. And he saved 5 people from saving their homes. Mark told his neighbor, his friend, about this channel, got $21,000. Not unusual. Chanan did the same thing 1 week ago. She's a Purple Hawk of 2 months. She told her friend about this channel. The friend got $21,000 in less than 5 days. And then finally, Mark got that Snap. How much do you think Mark got for Snap? He got $19,000, bringing his grand total, Mark, to $50,500. Because guess what? That's not the ceiling. We go even higher than that. And you're going to meet later today on this channel Lorraine, who got $105,000 from this channel. Because this is what we do. This is LALATE. I know it seems like a lot to digest in just short a period of time on a video. But this is what I've been doing since day one. I launched this channel in April of last year to give people money. They had applied for that EIDL loan and grant. They were not getting approved. So within just a few weeks, I got viewers $25 million of EIDL loans, saving their businesses, their homes, and their employees' homes, doing their applications on air and off air. 3 days later, a major program was about to go live. The very first time in the United States. No one had ever seen it. They didn't know what it was. But it was confusing. It was called PUA. And at the time, some states were not even going live with it. So one after another, I got their applications approved, showing them how to do this application. And viewers like Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida got $15,000 for this channel. But now we're getting bigger and bolder money than ever before. The bigger money it started in December of last year, when second stimulus was not coming. You needed money, and so I picked up the phone and I told you, hey, here's big sums of money. That money was $250,000. Tyrone and his family, 4 out of Boston, got $15,000 for rent. Now is your opportunity to do it again. There's no forced stimulus check coming this week. There is eviction moratorium ended. You need money right now, so get that pen and paper ready, because we're going to do it as a family. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. Here are some introductory remarks. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. If one says no, reach out to the next. They have different eligibility. They have different pots of money. Number 2, listen to the keywords I say in this video. It really helps get people approved. And number 3, every state has money for you, dedicated based upon the same amount of citizens in the state across the country. All right, here we go. Here are the 6 places you reach out to. Your city hall, your city housing authority. Your county hall, your county housing authority. Your state hall, and your state housing authority. The keywords you say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID, and there you go. And congratulations to Tim and Linda who got this wonderful pot of money as well. If you got the money for rent or utilities, post in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money is the money for SNAP. It is a SNAP, just like how you saw viewers getting $150,000 in less than 5 days from this channel for SNAP. Now let's go over what happened to Mark. Mark got $19,000, but now he's looking at $25,000. Why? Because of a wonderful announcement made 2 weeks ago live on this channel. Department of Agriculture, which administers SNAP, that's where you reach out to, this is money for food, announced that everyone's benefits are going up an average of 25% lifetime automatically nationwide starting in October. Oh my goodness. So Mark will now be going from $19,000 to $25,000. If you got SNAP as well, post in the live chat, like Lynn Glenn, Gail as well. Post your success story for SNAP in the live chat right now. The next part of the money is the refund check coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits due to computer error. One viewer got $3,000, another viewer got $5,000. And the last part of the money is the refund check coming back from IRS. That taxes you paid on the 2020 unemployment benefits. It ranges anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. Cod got it, Margaret got it, Michael got it. More about that in a second. The average range is about $1,200 to $2,000. But here's a personal message from me to you. I launched this channel to help people. The spirit of this channel is to help people. So if you're on the live chat, post your success story for rent, utilities, food, or internet. If you're here to help people, God bless you. If you're here not to help people, then I sneeze on you. I sneeze on you as loud as I can sneeze. And yes, I've been vaccinated, but I'm still going to sneeze on you. Get out of here. We're here to help people as a family. Lots and lots of love. When you post your success story in your live chat, you really help people with a lot of love because a lot of people need that inspiration to pick up the phone. As you saw with Johnny's family members, his own family said to him, I think you're full of it. I never heard of something where I have to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Imagine how different they feel now a week later. They have $50,000 each of them in their hands, $150,000. All they had to do was pick up the phone. Rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage and utility assistance because of COVID. Second, a lot of people are getting inspiration because they realize these sums of money are a lot of money. This is a lot of money. How can you pass up $100,000 like Lorraine got, or $55,000? This is real money. Go get this money today. And finally, you realize that this money is lifetime, like SNAP. And you're getting this $25,000 in case of Mark lifetime. And there you go. So post your success story in the live chat. Let's come back to those unemployment benefits, where they landed, direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid. And it'll reveal stuff you've never seen. Also, that refund check you're getting back. And then it'll also reveal Freedom Frida's thought about Labor Day weekend. Freedom Frida, you know, she's fake fact Frida. She has a lot of fake facts. She says Mitt Romney came up with Labor Day. That was his invention. Yeah, where'd you learn that on? Tucker Carlson? Yeah. And with that, we go into the second half of this video starting right now. Deal done. Signed and sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. Guess who said that this weekend? Guess who said this yesterday? The president's chief of staff, Ron Klain. Ron Klain, appearing on broadcast and media, said the recon is a done deal, referring to it as the recon framework instead of the recon procedural. Same thing. He said it's a done deal. $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. The Democrats have all agreed upon it. It will be done, and it will have all checks for you. How do we get to this wonderful spot? Let's go to the history of how we got to this before we go to the detail. We got to this recon by taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into something called the Bipartisan. A conservative publication, ironically, confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by taking some of the money out of the recon, roads and bridges, put in the Bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the Bipartisan deal made the recon passable. There's different ways to receive news, but the way I report news on this channel is way before the event occurs. Breaking news, in my opinion, is news before the event occurs, not breaking when it occurs. And in the month of June and July, I delivered the breaking news on this channel that the recon had passed. How did I know it had passed if they had not voted on it? Because what you need to understand, and for the first time I really explained it in detail on Mornings LA, is that when we're dealing with Democrats and Democrats passing legislation, not Republicans with Democrats, just Democrats with Democrats. The way they do it is they go to someone's room, their office, say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this bill? What do you think about this? And then negotiate. Then they verbally come to an agreement upon what they want to do. When they verbally have agreed to what they're going to do, then they write up their verbal agreement and then they call for a vote. And that's what they had done with recon procedural. They had verbally agreed in the month of June and July that there was going to be a recon. It was going to be 3.5 trillion, all checks to the American people. So that when they wrote it, it was just confirming their verbal agreement. And when they called the vote, it was just confirming what they had already verbally agreed upon. Same thing is currently happening with recon substantive. They're verbally agreeing upon provisions so that when they write it up and then they call for a vote, it was what they already agreed upon in August and early September. How did they do this? Well, they had said we need a recon that goes as big and bold as we want it, and we need a larger recon. That's what Representative Ilhan Omar and Representative Richie Torres, both Democrats, both progressives, had said going into those negotiations. And they got it, 3.5 trillion. And once they got that price tag, the president told them, protect my recon, because everything in that recon is all progressive checks. That's what Representative Brian Schatz and also Representative Jalapal were told by the president. Now, 2 weeks ago, the recon procedural passed, so now they're doing the recon substantive. And what I delivered in breaking news all of the last 2 days is that every Democrat is in town. Yeah, Frida, with her freedom of speech, wants you to believe that the Democrats are off on the other side of the globe, in the South Pacific, doing nothing for the American people. Untrue, Frida. Thank you for the fake facts. The Democrats are actually in D.C., and have been working on the terms and conditions of the recon substantive all week long, all weekend long, and all this week long. We had that confirmation from Ron Klain, the chief of staff to the president. Ron Wyden, Mr. PUA, the tall guy. We have it from Bernie, and we have it from Chuck, who says we're doing 5 meetings a day. So let's go over what recon procedural is, what recon substantive is, and understand the differences of the two paths starting right now. We have 2 very different paths. Your money is called reconciliation, also called recon, also called budget bill, price tag 3.5 trillion, also called Democratic spending plan, progressive social reform. Bipartisan, not your money. That is roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. Well, guess what? We got the recon procedural done 2 weeks ago. So now we're doing recon substantive. Let's go over the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive. Look at this key word. I want you to remember this word for the final 15 minutes of this video. It's the word committees. Recon procedural says $3.5 trillion price tag and money given to a committee, $10 here, $20 there. Recon substantive then says, how is that committee going to spend the money? And that is what the Democrat caucus is doing last week, this week as well, going to each other's rooms saying, what do you think about how to spend the money? What are the terms and conditions? So that ultimately they reach an oral agreement, reduce that to a writing, and call that for a vote. How do we get to this wonderful spot? From Jalapal, who had written the Schumer letter that was signed by nearly 100 House Democrats who are calling for a monthly stimulus check. And here's what you need to know. Everyone is talking about monthly stimulus check. There's no one that's not talking about the monthly stimulus check. Oh yeah, there is someone that's not talking about monthly stimulus check. The Republicans. And conservative media wants you to think that no one's talking about monthly stimulus check. The Democrats can't stop talking about it. The letter was signed by 100 Democrats who wrote the president letter calling for a monthly stimulus check. Then we have the House Ways and Means. 7 Democrats who wrote the president letter, and they're on the committee that writes stimulus checks, calling for monthly stimulus checks. Let's look again over the people that have called for these monthly stimulus checks. House Ways and Means, we just saw. They call for monthly. Then we have the House bill. We talked about that. We talked about AOC and Omar. And of course, we talked about Warren, Wyden, and Sanders. In the final 15 minutes of this video, a world exclusive. You only hear on this channel. The number one guy on the budget bill that concerns the recon, that concerns your money, wants you to have a monthly stimulus check. You're only going to hear this world exclusive on this channel. And finally, Ron Klain asked about this, the global minimum corporate tax rate. The recon will be passed because it doesn't raise anything of the national debt. It's all paid by taxes. 55 corporations in the United States have billions of dollars of earnings every year and pay $0 in taxes. No more under what Biden did with his global minimum corporate tax rate, making it all easy to pass. Can we top that? Yes. In the final 15 minutes of this video, you're going to see that world exclusive. As the number one guy wants you to have monthly stimulus checks, but in a twist, he wants you to have his back. We've always said, who has our back? This time he wants our back. Then we'll be getting to the other big money under fist stimulus as well. But first, if you've gotten one item on this channel over the last year. You're going to kill it at a forced stimulus. And if you have having problems getting the other items, don't worry, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're in the description of this video. Go down the description to look for the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back in 60 seconds with you with a continuation at Mornings LA, live from Santa Monica. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now at Mornings LALATE, live from Santa Monica, where the beaches are crowded and cramped like sardines. My goodness. How's the weather where you are? Jump in the live chat and tell me where you're tuned in from and how the weather is as well. In this forced stimulus check's final 15 minutes of this video, we'll be going over the incredible details about this stimulus. Then we'll be cutting to the world exclusive as the #1 guy in DC once you have a monthly stimulus check. Then we'll be cutting to the other items under the forced stimulus package and why Purple Hawks are going to kill it in there as well. So many details coming up, and with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers. Let's do it. Let's add another 100 subscribers today. There's a lot going on in this video. I got it. I'm getting people money. I'm going over world exclusives for forced stimulus checks. I'm going over the items that are available for you under forced stimulus that are application based. I'm going over fifth stimulus for SSI reform. I got it. There's a lot in this video. So hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss anything across the board. And we'll be adding a new show into our lineup today, potentially. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LALATE alerts, please do so. Let's get to the deliciousness of fifth stimulus, which heats up right away. September, as Cal and Colleen would say. It's September. It is September. And you know what that means? It means SSI reform. SSI reform starts by raising your benefits up a lifetime, then removes the asset cap, applies inflationary benchmark, then removes the income exclusion and removes the marriage penalty. How does this work? Let's go over all the calculations real quickly right now. Step one is going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. That means if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, or veterans benefits, your benefits will go up a lifetime. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. Dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away. They're going to remove the income cap. Dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. Like Rob and Sandy will be able to get married and no longer fear loss of benefits. But after they raise your benefits up, they won't be done there. They're also going to apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark, inflation. And inflation is going up a lot. New reports today say that in Brazil, for example, they're looking at potentially very high inflation in the next week or two. The Central Bank of Europe is meeting this week to discuss tapering because they're concerned about inflation. So how high is it going? I say it's about 5% in December. Step one, they'll raise your benefits up, then they'll apply the benchmark. And if the benchmark is 5%, you'll go up another 5%, not just next year, but lifetime. And there you go. Will there be a fifth stimulus check meantime? There will be. The Democrats from the House Ways and Means Committee represent they're going to give you one as well. Finally, if you haven't become a member, you need to become a member today. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link is under the video. Purple Hawk's Purple Power Casino VIP are delivered daily from me to them, a breakdown of all the big money that is available in first, second, and third stimulus. What's important to understand is that when third stimulus passed, a lot of people were only focused on the $1,400 stimulus check. And as soon as they got that, they started looking to the fourth stimulus check. Not what we do here. We don't do that here. Have you exhausted all the funds under third stimulus? You probably haven't. So today is the day to become a Purple Hawk so you learn about all this money that's delivered to you under third stimulus. I delivered to you, as a member of this channel, a breakdown of all the big money available under first, second, and third stimulus. Because as Johnny did, he got 7 items, $80,000. His family, friends got $150,000 in 5 days. Until you exhaust all the money from third stimulus, don't be looking to fourth stimulus, because remember, fourth stimulus is not paying you a penny this week. It's not paying you a penny last week. Third stimulus is. How does it feel to get $50,000 in your hand in less than 5 days? It feels really good. So consider becoming a Purple Hawk today. Purple Power Casino VIP. The link's under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video. Starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. That's what Ron Klain told broadcast media over the weekend, confirming basically my reporting. The recon was passed 2 weeks ago, which means that 1, there will be a recon. 2, it'll be $3.5 trillion. 3, it will be all checks from the American people. Previous stimulus packages, all for corporations practically. This one, all for you. And a behemoth much bigger than the previous ones. Now, before we get to the check you may think about, the check that comes from IRS to you automatically, let's talk about the other items in this recon. All the other items are application-based. What does that mean? It means you pick up the phone and ask for it. It means that money doesn't come from IRS. Where is the money? In those committees that we saw in that graphic earlier in this video. When we talk about money for your internet or your dental or your vision or your medical, the IRS doesn't know anything about it. So they don't have the capacity to send you the check on it. So the committees, you would pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want that money. And they would give you the money. We've been doing this all along. You've been doing this all along. Where you pick up the phone and said, hey, I want that PBT. I want that SNAP. I want that PPP. I want that PUA. I want that utilities or EIDL. You've been doing this all along. And so you're going to kill it under fourth stimulus. Let's make it very clear, though. You may think of just one check from IRS. Oh, fourth stimulus is going to have a lot of great checks in there. A lot of great checks. So if you were like Johnny, who did not stop at 3 items that week and went to 7 items, viewers like him and you are going to do really well because there's going to be a lot of different checks for you under fourth stimulus for you to get. How does this look? Let's go over some of the proposed checks starting right now. Again, these are just proposed. Checks for free school meals for all, checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, checks for free internet, checks for farmers, checks for workers like independent contractors, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. Great news, because you see how that works is dental, vision, internet. IRS can't send you a check for that. They don't know anything about that, or you. You would pick up the phone and call and get this money from those committees. Not a 50-page application, not a 20-week waiting period. You pick up the phone and just ask for it. And there you go. Just like Johnny's family members who said, are you pulling my leg? Why do I have to pick up the phone? They picked up the phone. They got the $150,000 in less than 5 days. Imagine how different it feels for them now. That will be you as well under fourth stimulus. Now, let's cut to the world exclusive delivered only on this channel starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed, but also the #1 guy in DC wants you to have a monthly stimulus check. I got it. There's a lot going on in this video. I'm getting people money. I'm going over the items under fourth stimulus, but I'm delivering you breaking financial news, what's going on in Europe and Brazil. But now I'm going to cut to world exclusive details right now. The world exclusive. A monthly stimulus check is proposed for you by the #1 guy in DC. How come I haven't heard this anywhere else? Because I'm one guy with a beautiful set of nice orchids behind me. And guess who I'm competing against? The broadcast channels that have 500 affiliate stations in local cities across the country. And what did they do? Nothing. They didn't pick up the phone and ask a senator or House member, is there a monthly stimulus check? They never asked. So someone that may say, I haven't heard this on my local news. Why haven't I not heard this on the local news? Why haven't I heard this in the paper? Because they don't ask. What do? We asked. It started several weeks ago where I told viewers of this channel to pick up the phone and call their Democratic senator, talk about these MSCs, talk about the need for a monthly stimulus check. And WR, a viewer of this channel several weeks ago, picked up the phone and called Senator Chris Coons, Democrat, Delaware, Joe Biden's oldest confidant, and spoke to the staffer. Said, are you proposing a monthly stimulus check? Of course Senator Chris Coons is proposing a monthly stimulus check in the fourth stimulus package. There you go. So simple. Just ask. There was your answer. But we didn't stop there. Now let's understand what the recon is and what the stimulus check is called. The recon's complete name is the Fourth Stimulus Reconciliation Budget Bill. Keyword budget. What committee in the Senate oversees this budget bill? The Budget Committee. Yeah, it's sort of obvious. The Budget Committee on the budget bill. Yeah. So who is the number one person on that Budget Committee? The Budget Chairman. Oh, yeah, the Budget Chairman for the Budget Committee with the budget bill. I got it. And what's his name? Bernie Budget Sanders. Oh, Bernie Budget Sanders. The Budget Committee, Budget Chairman, Budget Bill, and the budget bill. I got it. So what did he say last week? Well, 2 weeks ago. What did he say 2 weeks ago? He said, contact me. Did the broadcast media contact him? Of course not. Of course not. What did? We contacted him. I told you that Bernie Sanders had a direct quote that said, prior budget chairmen have sort of done budget bills inside of D.C. But the way that I do things is I like to get out amongst the people. I said, that means he wants to hear from you. And I said, pick up the phone and call. Not a lot of you called initially when I said to call. Glenn called. And Brother Joshua, a longtime viewer and volunteer from 2020 on this channel, picked up the phone and called. Brother Joshua spoke to Bernie Sanders' staffer in D.C., in the D.C. office, and said, what about these monthly stimulus check? Opening response was, Bernie Sanders is proposing a monthly fourth stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon. There you go. World exclusive. Only here on this channel. Turn off your broadcast channels, turn off your local news channels, turn off the other YouTube channels. They don't care to get to the breadth of world exclusive reporting. They just keep on regurgitating incorrect, inaccurate, or uninformed news. I didn't ask, hence I don't know. That doesn't really cut it. And now we have the confirmation. So let's go over all the incredible details in this world exclusive. Monthly stimulus checks. Yes, great news. Number 2, the amount, $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Yes, great news. Number 3, monthly, yes, 3 to 6 months proposed. Awesome, great news. Now there's a catch. What's the catch? Bernie Sanders staffer says Bernie Sanders needs to have your back for him to do this. This is like a match made in heaven. Imagine how many times in 2020, Purple Power, this channel, said, there's no legislator having our back. They don't have our back. Now it's the reverse. The legislators want us to have their back. This is easy. Let's understand what Purple Power is. I launched Purple Power last year after people started referring to me as Mr. Purple, because I was wearing a lot of purple outside. So when I was doing EIDL and unemployment benefits, I said, you can do this yourself. You have the power. You have the purple power. And then it became economic social activism. I said, you need to contact these legislators. You need to contact these negotiators and get their numbers to move. We got Steve Mnuchin to raise his stimulus check offer. We got a lot of major things in the summer of last year. But the big historical one was CR for stimulus. No legislator was even thinking of ever having stimulus in a CR. I came up with the idea, and I came up with the idea of a stimulus check in the CR. They thought it was bonkers because who puts a stimulus check in a budget bill? You don't do that. Of course you don't. I didn't care. I said, just do it. And we got it. We changed history. Now you have the opportunity to make history again. Another year, another opportunity. The number one guy wants you to support him to get those stimulus checks out the door, and he's asking you to make history. You can do this. This is all you. We aren't just reporting news here. We're making the news. Now, let's compare Bernie Sanders to the House bill. The House bill, 12 months, $13,000, because it's $1,000 a month. It's not $2,000 a month. Only the first month is $2,000. It's $1,000 a month. That's $13,000 over 12 months, compared to Bernie on the high end, which is $1,400 6 months, about $9,000. When you compare $9,000 over 6 months, which is a lot more money faster, compared to $13,000 that takes you 12 months to receive, I'm sure you have an opinion. But here's where you got, is that you have the number one guy in DC wanting to give you a monthly stimulus check, doing the negotiations right now for the oral agreement about what to put in that forced stimulus recon terms and conditions, saying he needs your support. So do it. Pick up the phone and call Senator Bernie Sanders' office starting on Tuesday in DC. Say, yes, I support you. Be professional, respectful, and kind. LALATE, Purple Power. Say, I support you. Monthly stimulus checks. Yes, we need it. You have my support. Please do it. Hashtag MSC, hashtag Purple Power, hashtag LALATE. And there you go. Meantime, let's check in with our cast of characters. We have not seen them in the last, 24 hours? We met, of course, Frida early in this video. You know what she said over the weekend? She said Nancy Pelosi gave herself a raise. She did not give herself a raise. It was staffers of elected officials that got raises after many, many years of no raises. No elected official got a raise. It was the staffers, and they could be fired. We also met wonderful Calendar Colleen. Have you seen her in the comments? She just says, it's September. It's September, and just keeps on reminding us about the month it is. She doesn't really help us anywhere because she keeps on telling us of September. Her dates are with this guy, the guy with the strange eyebrow. Watch it. There you go. He's Calendar Cod. He says, whatever happened in July, whatever happened to August, whatever happened to July 4th. If you see someone in the comments that says that, just say, hi, Cod. And then I'll say, why are you calling me Cod? Well, watch the video. Then we'll know why we're calling you Cod. And then these wonderful twosome. We saw them in some of the comments on Mornings LA. They were saying when. Who are these? This is Wendy Wen and Will Wen from Wensville, Missouri. All they ever say is when. When is this and when is that? To which I have to say, when is Mornings Crypto? When is Mornings Crypto? It's coming up right next. It's at 10 a.m. live on air. Then at 11 a.m. is noontime LA. And there's so much coming up, and perhaps another show join the channel today. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Recognize what you're part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, and Calcino VIP. The link is under the video. Also sign up for those LA alerts. Totally free. Stay informed, stay focused. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing. See you next on Mornings Crypto, starting in 5 minutes.